Hey, y'all.
Hello.
It's Lauren.
It's Jamie. Welcome to episode 4 of the Chicks and Dip podcast.
Welcome back, y'all. We are so excited for this episode.
Yeah.
As usual, we have a great guest, but we're going to kind of dive into some things that we've been chatting about over Chips and Dip all week.
Yeah, this is an alarming topic. Actually, we're just going to start it off with that. Lauren and I had an in-depth texting conversation about this the other night. So do you want to kind of kick it off with your concerns?
Yes.
Questions and concerns, please.
First of all, I'm still struggling. I've had multiple people explain this shortage of things to me. And now there's a tampon shortage. And before I have this conversation, I want to open up top and say, I understand that I am coming from a little bit of a place of privilege, okay? Like, I understand there's people on this earth who don't have tampons.
Right.
So I need to stop bitching. Let's just get that out there. But sometimes we're allowed to complain, and here we are. We live in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, it is 99 degrees outside, and it's like 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
Jamie, when I tell you,
No. Mm-mm.
I would rather do a million tough things than wear a pad all day long in this humidity.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate, honestly. That is the scariest thing because I didn't really I don't know. I feel like once we got out of the news, what do we say? Ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, I just don't follow along with a lot of stuff, which I feel like some people will be like, okay, you're annoying. Like, pay attention.
Yeah.
But this was alarming to me when you sent this because genuinely, that is horrible. We need that. And also, first off, this is a little TMI, but I used to have an IUD where I didn't get a period, and right now I'm just kind of being all natural and not using anything. So I do have a period again.
Mm-hmm.
And so help me God, if I don't have a tampon to use, it's not going to be okay.
This is a real question. I'm not trying to be funny. If we don't have supplies, are we required to go to work with blood down our legs?
Oh my God. I don't know. I didn't think.
Seriously.
No, I don't know. What do? You can't
What's plan?
I don't.
Double up on your panties?
Who's got plan B? No. Things would go wrong.
Okay, listen. I'm sorry. I'm just
many things would go wrong.
My brain is in a million places right now, and I just want to just we haven't chatted about this on this podcast before, but I'm a bidet queen, and this is the perfect time to have a bidet because mine has the vag cleaner. You can change the angle. You can do the butthole, or you can change the angle to get in there. So I'm just saying, if I've got swamp vagina from no tampons all summer long, I'm using that bidet.
Swamp. Okay. Well, here we are. No, but for real, I mean, that's definitely gonna clean you. But what's gonna happen when we don't have this at the office?
We don't.
You got to sit on that bidet all day.
We don't have
bidet all day.
No bidets at the office. I'm quitting my job.
I mean, that's super alarming. And we were also talking about pads. Sorry if there's any guys listening to this. I know some of my guy friends do. So I'm not super sorry. You know, they're gonna have to figure it out one day when they have a wife and they have kids.
Also, just doing their life. If all of us are out here wearing pads in 100 degrees, they're the ones who are going to suffer.
Listen, I will not. I made a comment yesterday at the office. I was like, I refuse to wear a pad. Nope, I am not doing it. I'm I am not sitting there in my own filth. And Lauren.
I said, filth. I'm like, Jamie, it's not poop. Relax.
I'm it is equivalent. That is nasty. I'm sorry. I don't care. First of all, we can't, little fun fact for everybody else that doesn't know, if you wear a tampon to bed, you can get toxic shock syndrome, which you can literally die from. So great. Just another positive of being a woman. But you can't wear that to bed. I will not wear a pad to bed. No, I freeball that. I'm you know what? If I need to wash my sheets the next day, I will. But usually nothing happens when I'm asleep.
Oh, see, mine builds
up. It's when
up.
I stand up.
I was about to say mine builds up all night long, and that's why I do wear a pad for the 2 steps that I have to get to the toilet. Mm-hmm. It's gravity has taken over, and she's like, "Oh, 12 hours of sleep, good for you." The floodgates just open as soon as you stand up, so I can't even make it to the bathroom.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm really debating telling the first time we got our period or scary period stories, but I know we want to do a whole episode where people write in.
Yeah. We'll save our period talk. This has gone down a period talk thing that is going to be a whole episode, you guys.
Very traumatic. If anybody went to high school with me and saw me in 10th grade when I bled through my white shorts, no, you didn't. We'll talk about it.
No, you didn't. Yeah, but so we're obviously like
Guys.
being a little bit dramatic and a little bit jokey.
Yeah.
Like the shortage is really not cool. There's been a lot of shortages, and I actually saw I'm not trying to take this down a serious route, but I did see an alarming graphic that was like listing all the shortages, and it's like all things that affect women. I'm just saying, it's
That's
the tampons,
great.
it's the baby formula, it's all these things that revolve around women. Like, what is up?
Wait, hold up. That is actually like very concerning. I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw my friend's mom post on Facebook that they were looking, and I was like, what is up with this like baby formula? That's terrifying because I feel like everybody just had freaking kids from quarantine babies. And now everybody needs their baby formula. So can we get this figured out?
It's just, I don't understand
What's
it.
happening?
And it's so scary. Like, literally, like as a parent, like
Mhm.
trying to feed your kid and you literally can't. Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if someone can explain the shortage to me, I just don't fully understand it.
Yeah. We'll zoom you in. Actually, on a side note, guys, just so you know, this will never be a political podcast. Like, we are not talking politics, quite literally ever. You will not hear us talking about that. I know some other podcasts like to dive into that. Whatever.
No.
Totally fine. That will not be us.
No.
So-
We'll make a lot of jokes and then I'll have one sincere moment. But we
Yeah.
will never dive into. You cannot expect a political episode on this
Please,
podcast.
no, that will never happen.
No. Yeah, you can rely on us to take your mind off of that.
Right.
That's what
we
we're
can
here
do
for.
that. We can
That's
talk
what-
about periods and tampon shortages. Great.
Everything
Love
is a
it.
joke, you guys. Take nothing we say seriously.
Everything's fine.
Anyways, so before we like get down another weird rabbit hole, I feel like we should just go ahead and get into it.
Yeah.
And like before we kind of dive in, because I don't know if we touched on this fully in the interview. Before you start listening, if you look at our social media, if you look at our Instagram, in our TikTok probably at this point, and Facebook, then we have some photos of the art. We have an artist on today, and she's talking about going viral on TikTok. She's talking about her art, but if you want to see it, like for reference, we're going to have the visual aid for you guys as usual. So
Yeah.
head to our social media to look at her incredible work before we dive into this.
Yeah, then you'll definitely understand a little bit more. And she talks about the process of making her art. But she's a good friend of ours, and we are so excited to have her on. If y'all want to figure out how to go viral on TikTok, you better tune in 3, 2, 1.
All right, y'all. We are here with our guest, Dana Theobald. Dana is an artist who turned her quarantine hobby into a full-time job when she went viral on TikTok overnight. Now she's working with major sports teams and celebrities and is totally booked on orders for the rest of the year. Welcome to the pod, Dana.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, Dana's actually our friend besides this. So.
Yes,
We love Dana.
besties. I'm honored
Besties
you guys are
forever.
having me on.
I know. She was like, I'm a little nervous, but this is going to be fun.
I know. Well, I've never done a podcast before, so
Hey.
It's easy. You've
First
had
time for
conversations
everything.
your whole life. That's
That's
it.
true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. So first we were talking a little bit before starting this. Explain to people what your art is, because you crack me up when you're like, oh, I'm like a woodworker. But you kind of are.
I know. Well, it's kind of confusing because I spend a lot of time making the pieces on my computer because I use a laser printer.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't really know what that is. They kind of confuse it with like a 3D printer, but it's like it's like more focused on like the technology where I will create files on my computer of like stadiums or whatnot. I'll build up my computer, and then it's kind of like model making.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially it is, where I'll make the pieces, send it to my laser printer, which is like hard to explain. It's a laser basically, and it's cutting through wood. And it's basically, I make the pieces and then I will construct the stadiums they're made out of like thin sheets of plywood.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll stain them, polyurethane them, and then I'll build the stadiums. So a lot of it is on my computer. I feel like when people think of woodworking, it's like, they think of like a chisel, which
Yeah.
sometimes I will use like an X-Acto knife or whatever
Yeah.
to make them, because it's just, I just have to use it in certain circumstances, but a lot of it is on my computer, which is my favorite part. I do like working on my computer all day.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And it's so interesting how this started, because you were working at an architecture firm, right? Isn't that
Yes, and
kinda
interior
how-
design. Yep.
So how did this start? Like, how did you kind of mold those two things together?
So when I was back at SCAD, we had like a commercial laser printer, a couple of them, and we had to learn how to use it to model make buildings that we were designing and spaces and whatever. And then I was broke and working at like Mellow Mushroom, and I was like, one of my friends bought a house, so I was like, I want to make them a gift. So I started playing around with the printer at SCAD, and I made them a map of Atlanta. And then I posted it and I got a couple of like DMs saying like, are you selling this? Like, I was like, no, like I got a job in Atlanta. I'm not selling this. And then COVID happened and we went into lockdown. I was bored. And then I bought a hobby printer. So it was not as big as the one at SCAD. And then started basically making maps. I made like a couple for my parents and posted those. And then it just kind of like, I feel like if you're consistent on social media and keep posting, it just kind of went from there. So
Yeah.
And so did you got laid off, right? And then you pivoted?
So
along with everyone,
March
I mean, like, I
2020.
didn't mean that in any type of way, but COVID, you
No,
know?
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of people dealt with it, but I was working for an interior design architecture firm in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We went into, as soon as like word of COVID happened in like mid-March, they had a huge company meeting and then they cut our pay by 20%, which meant we could only work 4 days legally.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
So we always had Fridays off. So then we had 3-day weekends. And then, I mean, I started a side hustle where I was just making art pieces on the side when I was bored. And then time went on for months and we never really got a clear understanding of when we'd go back to full pay.
Right.
But then I was just kind of like, I'm okay with this schedule. And I had a meeting with like my boss and team leader. And I was just like, this was when they were starting to go back to full pay. And they like brought up like little like breadcrumbs of like, this point we might go back to full pay. It was like January 2021.
Yeah.
So it's almost going on 10 months, which is a long time. And I was like, I'm fine with staying at 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I was like, I found ways to supplement my income. I was like, I kind of was just like, I asked not to be on large projects anymore. And I wanted to continue working from home.
Yeah.
And then I also, I told them I was fine with the pay, continuing at the pay cut. Like being at 20% less than, basically how we were going. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And then like a couple days later, I got a phone call from corporate and they were just like, we're really sorry. Like we have to make
gotta make a cut.
we have to make another round of layoffs and you're part of that. And I was just like, oh my God. My dad makes fun of me because he's like, you literally asked to get laid off.
Oh my gosh. Okay, but you had something bigger coming.
Right.
And so like as soon as that happened, did you start going full time with your art or was it kind of gradual?
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I was just like, I mean, it sucked at first. I felt like I got dumped.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it was kind of like
a
when
harsh
you just
breakup.
Like, yeah.
Sorry,
oh my God,
Lauren's door just like swung open and that just scared the crap out of me.
Holy shit. Yo, I'm telling you, the 1 week that Cameron is out of town, the door opens by itself. Let me go shut it. Oh my God.
Hold on, everyone.
Holy.
Wait, that was actually kind of scary. That just like literally just slowly swung open. Living in Savannah, the most haunted freaking city, I swear. Okay. Anyways.
What's his name?
Mr. Kim.
Mr. Kim.
He was about to bolt. Okay, sorry. So.
Sorry, whoa.
That was hilarious. Okay, so we got laid off. Were you nervous at all or were you kind of relieved so that you could keep going with your art?
I was definitely relieved because I think we all, like, my bosses, I think it was like under this understanding, I was kind of just like, weaning myself out of the company.
Yeah.
I do feel bad though because I did like having a 9-to-5. I like the structure and I liked the work we were doing and I liked the people I worked with.
Yeah.
Which was a big change from when you go working for yourself. I do miss like waking up every day and seeing like my friends.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was just like I knew I wouldn't be there long term and I felt more momentum. And I was more passionate about what I was doing on the side. So it was just kind of just like the next day I was just like,
all right,
work
Yeah.
on this next path.
And so when did you get on TikTok? And I know a little bit. Like, I know there was the first account and then the art account.
Yeah.
Like, start from like your
this is
first
insane.
video and explain.
So I made my first account. I mean, I think like 2020 when everyone was on it. And it was so bad. I was just like, what? Why are people like this app? Like, I felt like none of my friends were on it. I probably had like 15 friends. I would post something. I would maybe get one like, 15 views or something. And
But it was like a mix of your personal and art,
that was
though.
the mistake.
Right.
And I also didn't understand the way to, because with TikTok, you have to literally grab attention within like 0.2 seconds. And I was making like blurry videos, kind of just like filtered videos, which is like a no. It was just like, they were not well made videos. And on top of that, it was just like there was no niche, which you have to have a niche. And I did post my personal account too. So I was just like, oh, this app sucks. Like, why do people like it? I just could not find the rhythm. And that went on for like over a year, I'd say, maybe a year and a half. I was just like, whatever, I have to be on it. If you want to like have a business, I feel like you have to be on it. And then that was my first account. The new year happened and I was just like, I'm just going to try I'm just going to like try and separate, because I did that with my Instagram account, because when I first started posting on Instagram, it was through my personal account. And because I didn't ever think I would like make it something, I didn't even think I'd make it into a hobby. I just thought I would just like make it for fun every now and then. So I started posting it to my personal, but then I started getting DMs for orders. And then I just continued. It just like took over. So then I turned it into my business and made it in a separate personal account. So I was just like, okay, let me try that with TikTok. I tried that with TikTok, and then I must have spent like 5 minutes making my first video. I never thought anything of it. It was like in January. I used a trending, like a sound that was going viral. It was like, this is a work of art. So I was like, yeah, it's perfect. And I was like, yeah.
No, I literally know the freaking video.
Oh my God.
I know. It was so annoying.
I remember you posting this.
Yes.
And it's literally just like stadiums. What, it's 7 seconds or something?
Yes, which is I guess, the strategy they say to use is like under 7 seconds sometimes.
Yeah, so tell what happened with that 7-second video.
Well, I made it. I thought nothing of it. I posted on my caption, I said, can I get like a little love for my first post? I don't know if that helped it. People were like, sure, I don't know.
Sure.
But I put my phone down. I was just like, I didn't even look at it for like maybe like the rest of the day. And then I remember it was a Friday, I was out that night. And I looked at my phone. I was like, why do I have 50 emails? And because on my website, that's how you can contact me.
Wow.
I said, why do I have 50 emails? And I looked at my TikTok. I was like, oh my God, it's going viral.
Like, how many like likes and views and stuff is it at?
So the first one that went viral, that one I think is at like 3 million.
Holy.
Yeah, like I just can't. That's insane.
Like,
And so freaking cool. Like I'm wow.
But it's kind of like I feel like it's just kind of like, whatever at this point.
Right. Like you're like, that's really cool. But like, you don't think that your life is going to change in that moment, probably.
No, I felt like I was just like, oh yes. Like I hated, like I was just like, I never like got this app, and now it's just like, finally I'm like, oh wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Especially seeing like people like the emails that people would send me. I thought that was cool. And I was just like, I honestly, because I think it was at like, when I saw it on my phone, God, I was out that night, so I was kind of like tipsy.
I can literally tell you the numbers right now. I have it pulled up.
Oh my God.
So the first video that she posted has 3.7 million views. This is the sound. Oh, hold up. Sound's all the way down on my phone. I told you.
This is a work of art.
3.7 million. Wow.
And you literally said, can I get a little love on my post? Like 252,000 people. It was sent over 4,000 times. Like, Dana, this is insane. And that's not even your most. Your other pinned video has 6.6 million views.
Jeez.
That one though, I'm just
Oh my God.
the comment. I feel like I've learned not to respond to hate comments.
Yeah.
I've learned it's not a good look.
No.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
that one went viral. I don't think it's a good look responding to hate comments.
Yeah.
That person left a hate comment or was just like something about like,
it being made by a woman.
yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought it was just kind of like corny. I felt
Right.
like I laughed when I saw that, and I was just kind of like, whatever. But that one just like took off, and I was like, yikes! Like I did not expect it from that one at all.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I will not. I just realized like I've learned to just not respond to bad comments because I feel like I see other people on the app do that. I'm just like, it's not a good look.
No.
And it's just like. It's like, why are you feeding more into like, like there's so many nice people on there, like so many nice people. I'm just like, might as well just like respond and
focus on that.
Yeah.
Especially with a business, you always want to take the high road, you know?
Of course.
Those are your customers.
Right.
Of course, but you do
Yep.
see a lot of like videos on TikTok that do respond to bad comments, and they're kind of entertaining sometimes.
It's
I'm like,
tempting, I can imagine.
Oh, for sure.
yeah. So that after I was like, no more,
Yeah.
done.
And so like the next day, whenever you like realize that you're getting interest, like did you have a game plan? Were you like, all right, we're about to be doing
Oh my God.
TikToks? Like what was your mindset?
No, that was so stressful.
Mhm.
I don't think I slept like 1 or 2 hours a night. So I had this like, because you can't message people on TikTok unless you like change your settings so where people can DM you, but that's just like a bad idea.
Yeah.
But in order to get in contact with me at the time, they could like fill out a form for me and then like tell me what they were interested in getting done and whatnot. And so I woke up after I think it was like after like 5 days where I was just like, I was letting them kind of like, I was going to respond, but I was just like, I'm going to figure this all out.
Yeah.
I woke up to, this is nuts. I had 40,000 emails.
Holy
What?
shit.
Yes.
40,000
Yes.
emails.
Of people inquiring to place an order?
Yes.
Are you
Oh my
kidding?
God.
40,000.
What the?
How
Obviously,
did
you didn't
sort?
take all of them.
Yeah.
So I learned MailChimp, which, because you can't, because I had, there's so many things where it's like, there's so many things about a business where it's like, oh my God, I don't know how to handle this. So at first, the first 2 nights where it went viral, I think I had 11,000 emails and I responded to every single one, but it was copy and paste.
Okay.
But still.
So I spent the whole night, but it was just like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste.
Dana, that's
Wow.
wild.
But then like a couple days passed and I then like created MailChimp or I got a MailChimp account and that's, I was just like, I cut off that form submission. So now and like I put a price point next to it.
Right.
If they did want to email me, which takes the traffic down,
Yeah.
I'd say.
When you change the price, you mean?
Yes, or when you list it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I'm not comfortable listing, but it saves time.
Yeah.
And it's like if someone emails me, it's like I know what they want.
Well, I mean, also because you are taking so much time. I want to talk about the process of you creating these stadiums because I've seen your videos where you're explaining it. Like, I don't think people understand how much work you put into this. Like, you are researching every stadium, whether it's a college stadium or like an NFL stadium. You're genuinely doing research from every single angle and drawing it out. So
Yes.
can you tell us like in depth, step by step, what you do?
Yes. So people will reach out to me and they basically it's like I'm building wood models of stadiums. And I literally have nothing to go off of besides photos, Google Maps, that I use that a lot, drone videos. Basically, I'm just compiling all this like footage. And then I just draw it out using Illustrator, which is part of Adobe. It's like a design software platform that a lot of designers use. And then I'll build the files and the stadiums on my computer. And that takes like several days because it's just like I feel like I have like I really try hard for all the attention to detail and to like really showcase like what is so unique about each stadium, if that makes sense.
For sure.
But I will then just draw it on my computer, sometimes by hand. Usually it's by like I'm drafting it through mouse, and because that's what I did at the architecture firm I worked for. I built construction documents all day.
Oh.
So
okay.
I went in as a designer, and then I realized I hated designing. Like I just did not want to design buildings or spaces or whatever. And so I told my team, I was like, I will be that person that builds construction documents all day. Because I liked figuring out how to build things rather than like, I just feel like I don't have a designer's taste. I don't know.
Yeah.
So then that's what I feel like how it translates is like I see someone like wants a stadium built, and I feel like I can figure out how to way to build it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
For sure. So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, so then you draw it on your computer.
Yes.
And that transfers over. Isn't your laser printer like 400 pounds or something?
So I have a hobby one, and it's pretty hefty. It's called a Glowforge. And I would say, yeah, it's a good hobby size. It's like this. But then in October, I bought a commercial size one, which is like, it's huge. It's massive, but it allows me to make bigger pieces at a faster rate as well.
How long does it take to print all of that?
It depends. Several hours, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, but at that, I don't mind that part because it's like I can be by it and still be working on other stuff.
Wow.
So back to the orders and everything.
Yes.
So you started getting all these orders. You got the MailChimp. Like, I can imagine you can only do so many of them a year, given how much time it takes. So how did you do that? Did you go in order? Did people? I mean, like.
So people would email me. I learned I had to raise the price.
Yeah.
And I at the time I was like, oh my God, I can't imagine selling it at this price. But it makes sense the amount of time I put into it.
Oh yeah.
At that time. But looking back, I priced it way too low.
I bought one from her and it was definitely way too low.
You got a steal.
I can't
Significantly low.
I can't afford it now.
But it meant the world to me. Like that point in working for myself, like it was a lot of business through, I mean, it was a lot of people I didn't know. It was all through Instagram.
Yeah. But
it was all like anyone that bought it at whatever price you did, it's like meant the world to me because I'm not messy. Like I don't purchase a lot of art. So it's like, that was kind of wild to me that people wanted to.
No, it's beautiful. What you create is genuinely beautiful.
Oh,
and it was
thank you.
my freaking ex. So I'm glad that he has his NC State stadium, but I'll get my Penn State
And
one
enjoy
day.
that, buddy.
But it meant the world to me
Yeah.
at the time. Like it just like, it was still so much money to me.
Yeah.
But then I realized like, I just like bit off more than I could chew after TikTok. And like, I was like, oh my God, like this is so overwhelming. And even after raising it a little, I was like, this is just too much. And so then I just like, I raised it to what I wanted to.
Yep.
And now I feel like I'm at a comfortable price point that I'm happy with. But yeah, though. I also think I'm straying away from taking orders at this point as well because I don't want to keep making, if I've made a stadium, I don't want to make it again. So it's like, I don't want to make NC State again.
Yeah.
Because there's 1,000,001 stadiums, I feel like, and not really, but like there's so many stadiums in the world. I haven't even like tapped into like English, like European. I've made my first piece, but I haven't even like tapped into like the soccer or the football league in Europe and all that. And those are cool.
Yeah.
But I don't want to keep making like Penn State,
The
no
same
offense.
one.
Right.
It's okay.
So
No,
it's like
but
once I've done, so it's like if someone will inquire about like wanting one that I've already done, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so whenever I understand like stadiums are reaching out to you now and, you know, high profile people are reaching out to you. Like,
How it just nuts.
when did that happen and how does that make you feel?
Yeah.
I feel like it's not real.
Yeah.
Because everything is through a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't met these people and so it's just kind of like it's just nuts like seeing someone DM me or message me or even like the emails. I'm just kind of like, me? Like why me?
Yeah.
Like it's really it's very humbling, if that's a word. Because I never thought that people, honestly, when I was a SCAD, I never thought I would be as an artist, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I never really thought that I would be just like self-employed. I feel like at SCAD the whole time I just wanted to go work for a big firm.
Yeah.
Like I really wanted that lifestyle. And I did enjoy it at the time, but like COVID happened.
Yeah.
so it's kind of nuts that I'm back in Savannah and finding, I don't know. I still don't, every time I get like a DM from like someone I've never thought would ever blink an eye, I'm just kind of like, oh my God.
Wow.
I get so nervous. And
I would too.
I like text my mom like, how do I respond?
What do I do? Wait, so talk about some of the NFL teams that you are working with, and you just did something for the Masters, correct?
Yeah, so I haven't been collaborating with NFL teams. They'll like comment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then I'll like make the stadium, they comment. Like the Patriots, they followed me, which I was like, I want to print this out. As a girl from New England, I was like, I want to print it out and like frame it on my wall.
Oh,
Why don't they
yeah.
follow me?
Like, that's so cool that they're recognizing what you're doing. That's awesome.
It is nuts. I'm just kind of like, I feel like I have imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it, where it's just like, why me? Like, like, and then I'm just like, am I meeting their, like, they probably are getting so sick of me. I don't know.
No, oh my gosh.
But that was cool. Yeah, the Masters reached out to me, which was nuts because I was just like, they're on TikTok? That was their first year on TikTok. So that's why they,
literally.
Yeah.
which is not their, because they're so traditional.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were even saying in our meeting, they were just like, they were kind of, I guess, having pushback about even getting on TikTok.
Wow.
That is wild.
I can see it though.
Yeah, I mean, I can
Oh,
definitely
for
see it, but it's
sure.
like, I feel like everybody's on it at this point. If you're not, it's like, come on.
They don't
I
need to.
agree.
There's
But
no
that's
phones
not-
at the Masters. Why do
Yeah.
we need TikTok?
It's not their
my
vibe
God,
either.
That's true.
Yeah, so I was shocked when they did reach out, but it was nuts because I used to work for Masters as a waitress.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Full circle.
I know. So it's like, it was nuts that they were reaching out to me. But,
Can you name drop any celebrities, or do you not want to?
oh my God.
You should.
I
How
was
did you know you were
wondering.
going to set me up?
I feel like the only, like celebrities probably buy art all the time, and it's like unless they post, like
See,
we
I
never
didn't
know.
even think they would.
No.
I feel like it's like on the DL. Sometimes I'll be watching, like I follow a couple artists, like I always think of Ashley Longshore, like she's my favorite painter, and I'll be like watching Bravo, and I'll see one of her paintings, and I'm like, oh my God, I wonder if they DM'd her. You know, like, how did you get that?
How did she have that? Oh my god.
Oh my
So
God, that's
cool.
funny.
It's okay. You actually don't have to if you don't want to, because it might be uncomfortable.
You know what?
You know what?
But-
Maybe if people follow on Instagram, they can see in a
Ooh.
couple weeks
There we go.
There
who
we
I'm
go.
making a piece for.
Are you gonna tag them in it?
I hope he's gonna tag me.
He freaking better.
He. What? Oh my God. She said it's Mr. Kim, you guys.
Yes, it is.
She's making a cat tree.
Oh my god, like that is so freaking cool.
Yes. Yeah.
So exciting. Okay, we'll move on.
It
We'll
is
move on.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not.
I mean,
don't
he's
know.
got to tag you. There's no way
Well,
that
yeah,
he's
he
gonna
said he
buy.
would.
Oh, he said he would.
He seems like a very nice guy. True
Yeah.
to his word.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
He reached out to me. So.
Yeah. So
Go ahead.
we both have so many questions.
You go.
Okay, so obviously, like, so many orders are coming through. You're kind of like filtering them, doing all this stuff. I mean, where do you want this to get bigger? Can you imagine hiring more people on? I mean, where do you see this in 5 years?
I don't know. See, I definitely don't. I feel like when people think of that I use a printer to, I feel like because people think that I make it out of like that I use a printer to make the pieces, they probably think of like mass production
Mm-hmm.
being like a possibility, and that's definitely not something I want to go down because it's just like that's boring. I think it takes away value. I think it kind of just like, I put so much time and like, I don't know. I feel like it would be hard to train someone to make the same piece, because I really feel like even though it is printed, it's like I do hand make it, because it's like I am building it by hand, and I am like taking out an X-Acto knife and trimming stuff and all that to make it fit perfectly. So it's just like, I don't ever think I would want to, I don't think I could train someone to just make the same piece with the same quality and attention to detail, and like, I feel like I'm a perfectionist. So I don't think I would want to, I definitely don't want to make a lot of pieces. I think I like the idea of just like making a couple, but then raising my price to where I am content with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then it allows me to just like really focus on those clients more personally.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm happy with the way things have been going this year.
Yeah.
But there's something like, I obviously want to keep growing.
Right.
But getting bigger, there are some things though that like I could hire someone to do, like framing. I frame every piece myself, and that takes so much time. And I do think a lot. I'm like, oh my God, I could hire someone to do this.
Yeah.
But maybe like that'll be my goal.
Yeah. Hire a framer.
I love the idea of like exclusive pieces.
I do too. I don't.
Like,
yeah.
A one of a kind piece of art is
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't want like schools thinking I'm trying to like profit off of them in that way. I just like making one stadium and then being done with it. And my favorite part is building on my computer. Yeah. Each stadium. Like that is my favorite part. I like sitting at my computer all day. I loved it.
That is so funny.
I know, because I feel like a lot of people do, but it's just like I can be at my computer. I can like put on Netflix. I can watch like a whole series.
Yeah, that's true. It does take you a long time.
So I want to talk about TikTok. Like, are you like a TikTok expert now? Like,
no.
Your videos, they keep going viral, and so like teach
God,
us
no.
the way.
But if you look, I don't have that many followers. I'm still under 100K.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but 82,000. We got like 30 right now.
Hell yeah, follow us on TikTok.
But I think so. TikTok is so interesting because it's like you can go viral, capture an audience so fast, but then it's kind of like you plateau.
Okay.
You have to post every single day, but it's like, I'm trying to think, like when you're scrolling, don't you see same people sometimes?
Yeah.
You probably don't even follow them.
Yeah. Oh, no, completely. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's how like people plateau is like you show up on their For You page and it may seem like you're following them and maybe you enjoy their content. I don't know. You're not going to follow them. Yeah. But it's like, I feel like that's what happens. So it's just like, it's definitely like you plateau once you've captured an audience. But yeah, I mean, I definitely say TikTok is way better for businesses. Yeah. Instagram, though, it's harder to grow, but it's easier to communicate with people and tell a story in real time, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because TikTok, sometimes you'll post something and it'll just sit idle for like a day. And then all of a sudden you're like, why is this getting attention now?
Yeah.
Which I've noticed happens a lot.
Yeah, it's so weird. I feel like there's so many TikTok trends or like a song on TikTok that like a year later blows up or something. Not a year, that's exaggerated. But you know what I mean. Yeah. A little while.
Exactly.
Wow.
Is it hard? Like, I feel like whenever you start your own business, like you can seek advice from other business owners. Like, given that yours kind of stemmed from TikTok, which is like confusing and uncharted, like, is that difficult to stay consistent? Like, do you ever worry, or you feel pretty good?
I do worry because like social media is like, you never know where it's gonna go. Yeah. I mean, people have talked about that app, Be Real.
I think that you showed me that like a month ago.
Yeah.
I've heard like, it's just like, you never know what app is going to take flight.
Yeah.
So it's like
keeping up with the
definitely
trends.
Important, I would say. I've realized to just like keep it like dispersed.
Yeah.
And make sure you're like active on all of them. But I don't know. I try and listen to like some podcasts that do talk about it. Yeah. And they're always just like, stay consistent and like, it's random. You don't know what's going to like go off and you don't know what's not going to go off. But it definitely like, it does make me nervous. It's just like, I don't have a set income and it's just like, I don't know what the future holds. Yeah. But I just try and like live in the moment and plan for the future and like stay humble. And I am grateful. Like anyone I work with, I'm just like, oh my God, it's just like it's mind blowing to me. Yeah. That, like, and I don't know, it's very special. I feel like when people, I never thought I would make something, because I don't know if you saw, I posted a video when I was at SCAD. I posted TikTok and it was just like the art I made in college.
Oh, I did see that TikTok. Yeah.
I can't believe I went to
now
art
you're
school.
Making stuff for the masters. Like,
I literally, when I was at SCAD, I was just like, I felt like I was I feel like I wanted a corporate job because I didn't have any creative talent. Yeah. And it's just like, if I went and I got a corporate job, then they could mold me into the path I need to take. And they could give me like creative direction or like job tasks to do.
Yeah.
So I felt like I really wanted to be in that like work environment, which I did like. So the fact that I'm like, I just like started making art pieces and then I don't know, made it into a full-time job is just kind of like wild to me because I had no talent at SCAD.
That is crazy.
Girl, you got
None.
talent.
It's so horrendous.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
It's okay. You're growing.
I was literally going to ask, like, how does it feel to have not only found your niche, but found your niche and now that's like your income? I mean, that's like.
It is wild. I mean, it definitely gives me anxiety just because like I said, I just like, I don't, it's like this could be all gone tomorrow.
Yeah. That's
so
where you got to pull out those 30,000 emails that you put.
I know.
Checking in on this.
Hey, sorry, it's been about 5 years. You still interested? I'll make Beaver Stadium.
I know. Yeah. Well, wait, what was the question?
I was just asking, like, how does it feel? I mean, you got to feel proud of yourself or satisfied or something. You know, how
I
does
don't
it
know.
feel
I
to
feel
have
like
found your niche? Like,
I don't know. I feel like I'm never going to be content. That's the type of person I am, where it's just like,
Yeah.
I will never be. I feel like something happens, it's just like, it's over my head.
Mhm.
I also feel like I do have imposter syndrome where I'm just like, why do you want me?
Yeah.
Like, but I just feel like I will never be content. So it's just like, I just want to keep going. It's, I feel like I'm not where I want to be. Like, I don't know.
I think that's cool because people probably look at you and they're like, wow, this girl is it. And you're like, still hungry.
God, no.
That's
Oh my
cool.
God. No, I'm like, I'll be up at like, I feel like I don't sleep. I'm up at like 2 a.m., like crying, writing in my journal, being like,
Me.
like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Because it does get hard. I feel like not a lot of people talk about how when you go work for yourself, it's lonely. So lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing is like I was very busy last Christmas
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, oh my God, like I need to take a break after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted on TikTok, of course, like a day later, like a week later, and then I never got that break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just like I felt like I was spending all my weekends working. I wasn't being social. I could go like days without seeing people.
Yeah.
And that's just not who I am.
No.
And I feel like growing up my whole life, I was either like playing sports, I was part of a team, or it's like I went to SCAD.
Mhm.
I had my classmates, and then I got a job.
Yeah.
It's like I always saw my friends. And then this is the first time in my life that I like was not a part of something. And that just like shook me. Like I feel like it just like it was like eye-opening where I was like, this is not what I want.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like that is a big thing that you just don't think about though when you
No.
are self-employed. You know, sometimes people are doing like a family business and that's how they're self-employed.
Mhm.
But when you're literally like by yourself, I do see how that can get lonely.
Oh my God.
though. I mean, you're like talking to people all day long, but you're not actually interacting with people
No.
and being around people.
Or I'm not being a part of something. And even
Right.
just like waking up where I'm just like, what am I doing?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that definitely gets hard. But now I've realized, now that I've kind of gotten a grip on it, I realize like it's important to
Balance.
be social and make
Yeah.
time for that and find a work-life balance.
Yeah.
But I feel like I still like haven't even connected with like a lot of artists in Savannah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I know no one.
You should do like an artist meetup.
Oh my
They
God.
probably already have that.
Girl,
I'm sure they do.
become a part.
I don't know. I joined a studio, which is like super cool. It's more like industrial, which I needed.
Mhm.
And the owners are super nice. And I met a couple people there who have
Nice.
studios. But I don't go there enough,
Mhm.
unfortunately, because I do a lot of stuff from home.
Mhm.
But I do feel like it's like there's so many artists in Savannah, and I just like don't. It's hard. I feel like to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not hard, but it's just like when you're just like go.
Mhm. To
That's
slow
I feel like
down.
the hard part.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Could you like make a clock for yourself, like a timer at like a certain time? I'm gonna be done.
I thought you meant make
I
a
feel like
clock
that's so
on
hard.
the printer. I was
Oh.
like, okay, new direction, Jamie.
Okay. You can make your own clock that tells you when to stop working.
I feel like I need to, but I feel like I just don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know, because it's like, I feel like I've always had this mentality of just like, working 24/7 and get what you want, and that is not healthy, and I don't recommend it, but it's also just like it does get you somewhere.
Yeah. Hard work will do it.
Yeah, like hard work. I mean, like I feel like all the successful like business people out there, it's just like they've all I feel like maybe because I grew up watching Shark Tank, I don't know. My dad is also very entrepreneurial, I feel like. So he works 24/7. So I feel like that's kind of where I got it from. And it's kind of just like I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? But then sometimes I'm just like, oh my God, like I haven't talked to anyone in 24 hours.
Yeah. Even just like walking to get a coffee, like if I feel like I haven't talked to people enough, I'll walk
Game
and get a
changer.
coffee. Yeah, it like perks me up, and I'm like, wow.
Oh my God, that's what I
Social
do.
skills.
I know. At first I was, because that was how I started just like seeing people, was going to grab a coffee at Franklin's.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I love them there. Shout out to Franklin's.
So good.
It's
We're in the
It's my
spirit.
favorite coffee shop in Savannah. I'm there literally every day. But yeah, it's like little things like that, like going on a walk or like I feel like I'm close to my neighbors now. So I can lean on them a lot, which I really like, which is what I really like about Savannah.
Yeah.
So.
So you said at the beginning of this podcast that at first you thought TikTok was like a stupid app.
I never said
know.
stupid.
Not stupid.
I
Stop it.
hate people who say it's stupid.
Not stupid.
Or are condescending to it. I said I didn't understand it.
Yeah. Understand it. You didn't think it was like doing much. But now, what do you think of it? Has your viewpoint changed? Or do
I
you
mean,
think-
sometimes I'll get comments where I'm like, this app is stupid.
Yeah.
I
I'm
hate
like-
it here.
I hate it here.
I am. I'm just like, oh my God. And then I'm like, this is so bad. Like oh my God, we went out the other night and I posted something like that day and it ended up on the wrong side of TikTok. I don't know if you remember. And I showed up, I was like, don't let me look at my phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were talking about like things with TikTok and how it is crazy that it's great to go viral. But I mean, there's definitely those trolls out there who just like woke up on the wrong side of the bed and feel the need to totally like crush your dreams. And it's like, come on.
And they never have any profile photo. They never have followers. They don't post anything.
Right.
No.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but then I try not to, it doesn't really bother me that much anymore because I'm just like, oh, if you're commenting, you're boosting my algorithm.
Right.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Another viewer is perfect.
But that day that I saw you, it was like,
Yeah, you were like in your feelings
I didn't
about
even
it.
show my face in this. I don't show my face in this video. I don't show my face in a lot of videos because I realized like, no one wants to see my face. They just don't. It's like, all people want to see is how, it's like, the videos that are successful, I feel like, are ones that I show like the process, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But that day I posted something. It was like a voiceover. It was like how to live with a boy and still have a cute apartment.
Oh.
And then it was like, don't let him buy anything. Nothing at all. Just bring it home and I don't know. It's like something like see how he likes it.
Yeah.
It was something so stupid. It was one of those videos where I was just like, I'm just gonna post this. Like it took me 5 minutes to make.
Yeah.
And then it hit some side of TikTok where it was just like, you, like, this is you are the worst type of woman. Like, this is why you're still single. I would never date you. And I'm like, I didn't say it. And B, like, I'm not, like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't want to date
like,
you either. Don't worry.
Yeah, unless if I would be interested in you. It's probably like a 12-year-old boy.
Well, it's also like, honestly, it wasn't even you talking.
It wasn't
was
me
some
talking.
other like trending sound. It's like, but people like that, like that's what I mean. You just can't read. I think that's such a good piece of advice. Like, just don't read. And I feel like we're always saying that, even when we were little.
It's so much easier said than done now.
Yeah.
Because I do, like, sometimes, like, scroll. Like, if people say really nice things, I'm just like, oh, they comment.
Yeah.
It's like, you really want to scratch that itch.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so
Like,
bad.
oh.
It's so bad. I
Yeah.
don't know why. Probably because I'm not you. Like, I don't, it's something, I don't know. Because it's probably just like, I don't know. It's back to like, why are you messaging me this? Like,
right.
For every one bad comment, there's like 100 loving ones.
Exactly.
yes,
That's
people
okay.
are so nice. There are a lot of sweet people on there.
Yeah.
There are.
Wow.
That is so funny. I just love whenever someone takes something and they're like, breaking news, Dana hates men. And it's like, no, that's not
Oh my
what this
God,
sound
I know.
was. Like, no.
I know.
People will take it and run.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like, I don't. It is
Like,
not.
no.
But I also have realized like a lot of the pieces I make do cater towards men.
Mm-hmm.
And
They
I'd
took
say
that one
it's-
personally.
Yeah, and like working with wood is masculine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it does capture a male audience.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're just gonna get, I don't know, people that aren't like I think I got the other day, it was like, ugh, another girl trying to understand sports.
Oh my God.
Ew.
I was like,
That is a loser, okay?
Yeah.
but it's just like I feel like people comment that just feel like funny. Like
Probably.
to
Yeah.
get a
oh my
reaction. And I'm just like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Don't let me
it is
reply to
funny.
anything.
I'm just like, it's
No.
so cringe.
No. Every now and then we'll say something on this podcast and we're like, if someone clipped this,
This
Like,
could
oh,
be
I know.
we
taken
could
Oh my God.
really end
out
up
of
in
context.
a bad place.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
we were even talking, when this podcast goes viral, like your TikTok videos. We're like, oh, well, you can only read podcast reviews like once every quarter or something. People say.
Yes, I
Oh my
learned that
God.
from the Morning Toast when they're like, we never read the podcast reviews. Like once a quarter, you check in. I'm like, that's sound advice. Like,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
'Cause I feel like I'd be-
that would ruin my day.
Oh yeah.
So
I mean, it would be me to check it because I'm like refreshing YouTube like every single day to see how many like views we're getting on our videos and stuff.
No.
Since we're like babies here, but
Hey, gotta start somewhere.
hey. So I have a question. It's kind of cheesy, but what advice would you tell young artists looking for their niche?
yeah.
See, I still feel like I'm a young artist.
I love that.
Oh.
I do. I feel like I'm not. I don't know. I feel like I'm still at the point where I'm like trying to get advice from like people who have
Mm-hmm.
made it.
Mhm.
I don't feel like I've made it at all.
That is so funny.
At all. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
Because I haven't. I've only. I mean, I can't like ride on like a couple. I don't know. It's if I had to say like advice that I would tell myself.
There you go.
Like a year ago, I would say I'm the type of mindset where it's like I think I was listening to your other podcast and you
Mhm.
brought it up about like,
Everything happens for a reason.
yes.
I was gonna bring this up actually because
I heard that you said that.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was literally Dana. We had a debate about this. Well, because I said everything happens for a reason, and she was like, no, it doesn't. Like, I don't believe in that.
No, I
So
don't.
you said something earlier.
I just feel like my advice to myself a year ago would be like, keep working hard, even when it gets tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the whole Kim K, what was it? Get your ass up and work. I'm sorry.
Nobody
like,
wants to
I
work these
resonated
days.
with that. I was like, yes, like if you want to be successful, like you
Mhm.
really do have
Gotta
to
do
like
it.
give up a lot. Like, and I just feel like that's what I would tell myself is like the nights I had where I felt really lonely and working 24/7 and really overwhelmed, I would say like you will start to see
Mhm.
momentum.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like I don't feel like I'm anyone to be giving advice
Mhm.
because it's just like, oh my God, if you heard the phone call I had with my dad yesterday about
Mhm.
like doing taxes, it's like,
Oh God.
Me.
No, you can't. I can't.
I was just like, oh my God, like I don't know what any of this means.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that, where I'm just like, I have so much to learn and like get better at. And
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. But that's what I would tell my younger self.
Yeah.
It's just keep exhausting yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Yep.
It'll be
Keep
worth
doing
it.
that. The thing that I admire about what you do, Dana, though, is like, although you went viral on TikTok, like you grind and you work your butt off for like to make these pieces and do everything. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that have gone viral on TikTok just for freaking dancing around. I mean, like, good for you. Go do your thing. But like you genuinely are showing art that you're making. So like, yes, you went viral, and I'm sure people would be like, oh, she just went viral on TikTok. Like, no, you're putting a lot of time into this, and that is where people are appreciating your art now because of what you do.
I don't think people realize how long it takes to make a TikTok.
Right. Yeah.
Whether you're dancing or not. Like
Mhm.
any TikTok, I mean, there's some where it's like, yeah, that takes like 5 seconds. But it's just like any like niche someone has, they have spent so much time. And that's what I've realized. It's like, you could make a whole career of just being on TikTok.
Oh my God. I mean, we want to be able to post more than we are right now. And even doing our little video with like the other day around Lauren's apartment.
I mean, it's an incredible app. It really is.
Yeah.
But it takes so much time.
Yeah.
That's what I've realized.
Yeah.
And like I've realized it has slowed down like my production because it's like I have to now film myself making it. I'm like, oh my God, this takes so much time. Like my nails look disgusting in every video.
Yep.
I like hate my hands. That's how I'm like, but only my hands show. I don't have like filming hands, I feel like.
Listen, it's the artist hands. Those are
I'm
hard-working
surprised
hands.
no one has commented on them yet.
Now they're going to.
Get a manicure.
Get a manicure.
I've been waiting for that comment. But that takes so much time too.
Yeah.
It's just like, I gotta set it up. It has to be in the right lighting. It has to be like aesthetically pleasing. And then you have to like put the video together, which takes a ton of time. It's just a whole new world, I've realized. And it's like, maybe one day I could like hire someone.
To make your
I don't know,
TikToks.
but it's just like all in the moment as well. So I don't know. It's tough. It takes so much time. Social media takes so much time.
Sheesh. Yeah. For real.
That's what we always talk about influencers, and it's like everyone is like a half influencer, but the ones that are full time, like you have to invest in that. You have to make it a full time job, and it's like very impressive. I hate when people hate on social media influencers.
I do too.
That's a job.
I hate when people hate on social media and like TikTok or people taking selfies. I'm like, that's the world we live in, and they are probably making like
oh my God,
God knows how much.
Yeah,
like
with all the like brand deals that they have and stuff.
I can't even imagine.
It's crazy. I mean, like people getting flown out to these elaborate places.
Oh my
from, like,
God,
a
I'm
company or
so
something.
jealous.
Yeah, it's wild.
Unreal.
I know, it's definitely a different life.
Wow.
Well, I'm like just like so impressed.
I know.
Stop,
I'm so proud.
No, I'm serious. Like people, like I just feel like a common like knee-jerk reaction, like you go viral and you like think you're the shit, you know, and you're like, okay, this can't, like
so
it might not
humble
last
about it.
forever, so let's like be smart about this. Like you are a businesswoman. I love it.
I try, and like I don't feel like I'm the shit at all. Like I said, I have major imposter syndrome where I'm like, why are these people messaging me?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But it's definitely like I do try and like stay in the moment. Like I think it's very sweet, and it does mean so much to me.
Yeah. Well, we're so proud of you.
Oh,
And thank
thank
you for talking to us about like your process and stuff. This is
Yeah.
really cool.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys were my first podcast.
Wow.
It's probably my last.
Oh my God.
Okay, wait. So usually, Lauren, you go ahead. This is your line.
What? Oh. Well, I feel like we already did it.
Well, she
Which
didn't
one
give
are
her
you
handle
talking
and
about?
stuff.
Oh, I thought you were. Never mind.
Why do you do what
We
you
have
do?
we have 3 like go-to questions that we like bounce back and forth, and we kind of already covered both of them. So I was just trying to figure out which one
Just
Jamie
like
was
which one
trying to get.
We always think we're on the same page about it, but we're usually not.
We're never
That's
are.
okay.
Like we're on the same page about everything, but
I love it.
About those questions.
So plug yourself. Where can people find you?
All my social media, well, actually, it's only Instagram and TikTok, and it's Dana Theo, period, and then designs. I still I need to find like a good brand and name, but
Works
I'm
for
just
now.
winging it. I have no time for that right now.
Well, guys, go and see that viral TikTok
No!
of 3.7 million people.
No,
7
please
seconds
don't.
long.
Go
Yeah.
DanaTheo.designs.
Yeah.
DTD. Down to design. Dana Theo
God, no.
Design.
I don't know. I need to think of something.
I
Maybe
automatically was like, that's a frat. DTD.
It does sound-
We're
I
rushing
don't have like a
DTD.
catchy name.
Yeah. We'll
Or
come
like
up with it.
classy.
We'll get
I don't
some
know.
creative juices flowing.
Okay,
But
drop your
Yeah.
suggestions, you guys.
we'll definitely check it out. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me. This is so fun.
So I'm not going to lie. I'm a little salty that when I purchased one of her pieces, it was for my ex. He really loved it. And I am glad that I gave it to him. Like his reaction was amazing. But I'm like, damn, I really wish I had Penn State Beaver Stadium hanging up in my apartment because it's just a little too late. A little too late.
Jamie
I can't wait.
is grieving, you guys.
Grieving.
She's singing. What's that girl's name?
JoJo.
JoJo. That
Oh my
is
God,
sad.
such a
But
good song.
listen, you know what? You did a good thing. You gave someone a one-of-a-kind art piece.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
phew, sheesh. Wife me up,
Gorgeous.
guys. What the hell? Kidding.
Anyways, so we hope that you guys enjoyed that. We hope that you guys took something away.
Mhm.
Do not forget to, find us on socials. You want to do that first?
Yeah. So
Hit
pretty
it.
much we are on Instagram and TikTok at Chicks and Dip Pod, POD. And it's not any other crazy thing. And make sure that you send us your dip pics.
Yes, hashtag dip pics. And remember to listen to us anywhere you get your podcast. We're on Spotify, Google, Amazon, all the things. And watch us on YouTube every week. New episodes drop every Monday morning.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us again. We hope you enjoyed this episode.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.